Hi, this is my second video, and this video is kind of about weight loss surgery to do or not to do. I've done lots and lots of research, watched lots of YouTube videos, and also went to a website called Obesity Help. I'll leave the link down in the description area. So I've read and saw people that weight loss surgery has really helped, and then there have been people that have had complications, and it's just been a really scary experience for them. And also, a side effect of weight loss surgery is usually excess skin, so you have to consider, okay, you're most likely going to need plastic surgery. So I'm still not sure what I want to do. I do have an appointment Monday with a surgeon in my area, so I'm hoping he can answer some of my questions, and maybe some of y'all can answer questions about, do you feel that it was worth having weight loss surgery? Or if you could go back and do it over again, would you just try to lose weight? And because I know for me, I've done lots of different diets, and it's like you'll lose 40 pounds, then you'll gain it plus more. And it's just kind of like back and forth over and over again. And you kind of get to the point where you're so discouraged, and then you're kind of like, oh, well, forget it then. But I know for myself, it's kind of like you look back and you're like, you don't realize sometimes how much weight you gain. Like, you're gaining weight, but you don't know how much you really are. And so you sit there and you wonder sometimes, like, how did I get to this point? How did I get to this weight that I am? And I watched a video with one young lady in it, and she was talking about how most of it is mental. And I agree, because I know whether I have weight loss surgery or I'm just losing it on my own, I have to face the issues that do cause me to overeat, because a lot of mine is emotional eating. Kind of seeking, comfort with food instead of finding a way to deal with issues that may be bothering me. So it's all different things to consider. And I think one thing that makes it hard for not only me, but I'm sure it's hard for other people, is that when thinner people, they're like, well, why don't you just exercise? Why don't you just cut calories? And yes, it does work, and you do lose some weight, but the mental aspect, and especially if you're really big, you get really discouraged, because you're like, oh, well, I have 100 pounds to lose, or I have 200 pounds to lose, and you get discouraged because it's like, how, you think about how long it's going to take you to lose that weight, and you're like, oh, I'm never going to get there. And I know people say, oh, well, set little goals, but when you have such a significant amount of weight, setting 5 pounds or 10 pounds up, it's hard to do that, because you're like, it's hard not to think of the bigger picture. And so it makes it hard that other people don't really understand what you're going through, and you wish they did so they could support you more, but it's hard for them too. So I think for myself, having weight loss surgery is good, because I feel like right now in my life, I would rather be have less weight and have sagging skin than have the extra weight. But I also know that the sagging skin is burden. It can cause, infections or rashes or other medical things that make it really uncomfortable. So that's starting to make me second guess, but at the same time, I'm not sure because I'd really rather lose the weight. So, and also I do have other medical issues that I would love to get rid of, like high blood pressure and things. So that's another reason I really want to get the surgery. And back to the excess skin. The good thing is with plastic surgery for excess skin nowadays, if it's medically necessary, insurances do pay or help pay for the plastic surgery, which is a definite plus because I know plastic surgery is very expensive. So those are the main reasons why I want weight loss surgery. Is one, just to be healthier, to be able to go and do things and not be tired, to be able to hang out with my friends and spend the day walking around a mall and shopping and not just be totally exhausted. That would be amazing, just to feel like you can keep up with people around you. And just to be thinner and be able to just fit in smaller clothes that are more fashionable and not only that, but have more self-confidence. That's a really big thing because I know I don't have a lot of confidence in myself, and I don't really put myself out there the way I need to, so I'm kind of invisible in the world, but not invisible because people do see me as a heavy person, but I'm always in the background because I am overweight. So that's another reason I would like the surgery. So there's several reasons. Like, I feel like right now I'm leaning more towards weight loss surgery, which would be the gastric bypass. I honestly really wanted to do the gastric sleeve, which I think is called VSG for short. But sadly my insurance does not cover it, and to pay out of pocket would be like $10,000, and I just really can't afford that. So to get gastric bypass, at least my insurance pays for 80%, which is a really big help. And there's of course lots of steps. It's not going to be just like, once I go to the surgeon and decide Monday to have weight loss surgery, that it's going to happen in a week. There's like a 3-month kind of nutrition classes / diet and tests and stuff, so it'll be a while. And I think the main reason I'm thinking I don't want to have the weight loss surgery is the excess skin part. It's like the more research I do, the more I get kind of worried and seeing the complications. And I know complications don't happen for everyone, but when you see it, it definitely scares you. So it would be good to hear other people's stories, see what they've experienced, or people they may know of have experienced. Also, you have to think, like, for the rest of your life you're on tons of vitamins, and of course I take multivitamins and vitamin C and things like that, but I know a lot of people have to take like specialty vitamins, and then you have to do iron, and you have to do just lots of other different vitamins, and that's something you have to do for the rest of your life. And for the rest of your life you have to do protein shakes and do a lot of protein. In a way, honestly, I wouldn't miss I think every once in a while I might miss the way I eat now, but I think I wouldn't on the same respect, because I would be healthier and I'd be feeling much better. And that's another reason about getting the gastric bypass, is that it's like, if you eat more than you're supposed to, you get sick. And I think that would help me, because I would be like, you know what, that ice cream or that candy is not worth eating to be that sick. And so I'm not sure which route to go. It's, I'm gonna have to think pretty hard about it. I think I'm gonna keep my appointment regardless, and go ahead and pay to go see the surgeon, because I can always back out, and I'm sure he can give me a lot of information and ideas of what's going to happen. So if anybody has any questions or anything they would like me to talk about, send me a message, and I'll definitely get back to you. And if anybody has any experiences with weight loss surgery, definitely fill me in, because I know that diets, most of us overweight people have done yo-yo diets, and they just don't seem to help. And I would hope that the gastric bypass would help me. So any information is greatly appreciated, and I guess I will make another video after my visit with the surgeon and tell you what I learned and what he said, and then I guess I'll go from there with my journey.